Yo, what up, you guys? It's me, Awesome Ray, or AK Ray, and today we're gonna do some hints and tips on the Last of Us multiplayer gameplay, faction, or AKA survivor mode. It doesn't really matter. The only thing about survivor mode is that, there's little gray balls or circles in the map. That's where you find your items, and instead of, respawn points, there's only gonna be one life, and yeah, it's pretty stealthy. It's more stealthy than the faction mode, because faction you have 20 respawns for each player. Well, not for each player, for the whole four teams. So basically, if you split it up, you can spawn 5 times, unless they're a selfish motherfuckers, and they keep on dying and they keep on, fucking respawning. It's stupid. So here's a little, hints and tips. First and foremost, find loot boxes shown as a solid circle, or a hollow circle on the minimap. These boxes contain various materials, for required for crafting, and also sometimes provided parts. Loot boxes have somewhat set spawn rates for items, so they can spawn far away from you, close to you. If you get lucky, you respawn and there's a bunch already right there. The first box will contain 2 explosive ingredients and 1 paper. So the 1 paper is mostly good for Molotovs, or first aid kits, and also explosive ingredients for your, like, AKA called claymores. And the next will include a melee weapon, generally a 2x4, 1 blade, and 1 alcohol. The next will contain ammo for 1 weapon. So any type of weapon you're carrying, it'll probably contain ammo for that, a binding ingredient, more alcohol, and some spare parts. If you manage to survive, long, you have enough ingredients to whatever you want or whatever you need. The second, hints and tips is don't go after every loot. That's an important thing, because your opponent team is humans as well, so they want to find loots as well. Your enemies are humans too, and they will go after them. Running into the entire team is highly likely. So basically, if you try to go for every loot, eventually you'll find a person or even more, and you'll get fucked up. So don't ever do that. This is what I said last time: stick together. It doesn't matter which mode you play. Going lone wolf often results in death. Stick with your group for their strength and in numbers. And there's another one: Molotovs are overpowered. These Molotovs are usually one hit, one kill, so it's better to make them with alcohol, and also I think binding paper or paper. So remember, you get them, you throw them in multiple groups. It's usually a one hit kill wonder. Remember that. Next one is revive your teammates. More so in survivor modes, there are no respawns. Remember that. Survivor mode, no respawns. So it's better to to revive your teammates. If you see them battling and your teammate lost, or is about to lose, go help him out, snipe him or kill him, then revive your teammates. Unless it's too risky, unless there's gonna be a lot of snipers in that area, probably they said that, hey, you go there while I'll become cover. So don't ever risk it unless it's important, because if you don't revive your teammates, you might lose, because it's gonna be like 1 against 4 or 1 against 2, unless if you're pro. Next one, don't always execute enemies. Yeah, sure, the animation is pretty satisfying to watch, right? But where one enemy is, where there's bound to be others, or other rushing to their rescue. If you can spare the bullet and arrow, end their misery there, if you know what I'm saying. So let's see, you see a guy and you shot him and it says revive, right? Wait for an opponent to come to the rescue. Don't execute them. If they're in the revive mode, hide somewhere else and wait for another person to rescue them. And then you can go 2 for 1. That's one of the smart things about this game, You can trick your enemy. Oh, they're like, oh shit, what happened to him? Why is he still in revive state? But they don't know that you're hiding somewhere else, and you kill them for the kill. So 2 for 1. Next one, flanking is always good. To make sure it is safe to flank, observe other enemies are currently engaged with your team. If you flank, strength off the bat after, combat breaks out, expect to be shot or shivved. So flanking is really good. Probably if you're in a team, probably 2-2, 2 flanks over there, 2 flank over there. because usually enemies will find loot in the minimap. So the best thing to do is where the loots are, there's usually enemies. So make sure you use your hearing mode. And that's about it. I'll do more of the hints and tips on my next video. See you guys later, and peace!